Okay, so apparently I'm now live. Hello, hello, hello. This has taken me 15 minutes to get set up. I do not know what Facebook have been playing at, but they've changed everything. And it's been quite stressful. The dog has been barking. I have teenage sons running up and down the stairs behind me. And I honestly was almost a point of just going, fuck it. Like, I can't do this now, but I'm here, and this is something I wanted to commit to as I enter 2022, is to show up every Friday and go live and have an opportunity for you to ask questions. Now, because the way Facebook has changed everything, I have absolutely no idea how I am going to see your questions come in. So thank goodness I have some questions that have been asked already. Woo! I'm also just wanting to check in with you before I start my Facebook Live, because I think a check-in is really valuable. We don't often stop to take a moment and just check in, like, where am I? What am I bringing with me into this space, into this interaction, into this activity? And as women, there is, from within that, there is a check-in related to our inner menstrual cycle, if we have one, or the inner cycle that's happening with us related to the moon. And as men, there is a check-in not only for where you're at in your emotions, your thoughts, etc., but also your own inner response to the lunar cycle. So let me just check in where I am now. I can tell that I'm holding some tension just in my in my stomach. I know that that wasn't there earlier. That's because of the difficulties that I've had setting up this this live video, and just being aware that my nervous system is in a state of arousal because of how challenging that was for me, and because of all the noises going on around me. And although Facebook Lives are not new to me, this whole way of doing it is completely new to me. So I've got some kind of sensation showing up here, like in my jaw and my throat, which I think is all related to that. Where I am in my own cycle is I'm on day 2, but I've just had a 42-day cycle. So yesterday was bleeding of biblical proportions, and I know some people might find that squeamish, other people might be embarrassed, but you know what, I beg your pardon, not all women bleed, but many women and others who have wombs bleed. And bleeding is not just a woman's thing. Oh, and there goes the dog. But many humans, about 50% of adult humans, and well, as young as 9, bleed. And it's the most purest, beautiful thing. You know, it is not blood that is caused by injury or wounding. You know, it is blood that is flowing as part of who we are. The fact that those of us who bleed have this extraordinary experience every month to create and then to die off again. Then we get to create and die off again. Okay. I am unfortunately a bit too close to Autistic Meltdown right now. And when my dog barks, it's just tipping me into that space. I don't want to go into meltdown. I've been really looking forward to this. By the end of 2022, I'm no longer going to be on social media. So I really want to make the most of however long left I am here. For those of you who aren't aware of autistic experience, or whose autistic experience is different, because of the arousal in my nervous system that's here right now, that wasn't here earlier, because of how difficult it's been for me to set up this Facebook Live and get it going. Because while I was doing that, my dog was barking, my boys were running up and down the stairs. Because of the newness that I wasn't expecting in the Facebook space. So my nervous system is in a state of quite high arousal. And that is putting me very, very close to autistic meltdown. I think also because I'm in my inner winter, I'm in a very deep, intuitive, beautiful space, but that makes maybe I'm operating at an incredible level of heightened awareness and intuition and energetic sensitivity. So all of these things come together to mean that the smallest thing can essentially be like a spark to light a match, which creates an autistic meltdown. I think I'm okay. I have some really wonderful questions that I have been asked that I really want to answer today. And I don't want to miss this opportunity. I really want to be able to offer what I'm bringing, or at least what my brain will be willing to remember now that it's in this state of kind of activation. So if I just take a moment just to support myself to be calm, come into a more calm place. If you'd like, you can, there's a somatic experience breathing practice called VU breath. And for those of you who have sensory sensitivity, I'm aware that my dog's barking in the background might be really difficult for you, so I acknowledge that. VU breath is where we take an easy, oh, I don't know why she's barking. Excuse me one moment. Joss, Coco's barking is tipping me into autistic meltdown, and I really want to do this Facebook Live. Would you take her out for a walk, please? Thank you so much. You go out for a walk with Joss. Just make sure you've got poo bags, because I think she'll probably need to do a poo. Okay. Thank you for your patience. My teenage son is going, or both my sons are teenagers. This is my almost 16-year-old, and he's going to take her out for a walk. So, gosh, we're already 8 minutes in, and I haven't even answered a question, but I need to do a couple of VU breaths, and I invite you to do them with me, because no matter where you're at right now, and even if you're in a beautiful, wonderful, thriving space, it can still support you. So we take an easy, gentle, full breath in, and then on the exhale, for the full duration of our exhale. And for some of us, depending on where we're at, that exhale might be short. For others of us, it might be a lovely, long exhale. And your breath is your breath. There's no judgment. So we take an easy, gentle, full breath in. And for the duration of the exhale, we make the sound VU with a V for Victor. And then when we get to the end of that exhale, we just allow our body to naturally refill with breath, and then that breath to flow out again. And then we do a second VU breath, and you can just follow me. So easy, gentle, full breath in. VU. And then fill up with air. And let it go. Second, easy, gentle, full breath in. And then fill up with air. Then just take a moment just to notice the subtle sensations in your body. Okay. So I feel calmer. I'm aware that my son is still just trying to encourage my dog out. Okay, they're going now. So let's start with the first question, which has come in from a journalist in Australia.